call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Niko Price takes on Jacobe Smith this Saturday at UFC 317. And this is probably the mismatch of the card. Niko Price, I feel like the UFC is doing Niko Price dirty in this one. Jacobe Smith is just looks like a future title contender the way that he's performing. Wrestled at Oklahoma State University, I think it was. Tons of power in the feet, super athletic, shows tons of promise. Trains out of Fortis MMA, so a really good gym behind him. 29 years old, so barely into his prime. Taking on Niko Price, who, he's had a fun career in the UFC. Very good, got some really decent wins, some solid wins back in the day. Fought kind of the who's who at welterweight, but just on the end of his career, honestly. He's 35 years old, going to be 36 in September. Coming off of a loss to Themba Garimbo. Before that, had a win over Alex Morona, which is good, but lost to Robbie Lawler by knockout, Phil Rowe by knockout, Vicente Luque by knockout, Jeff Neal by knockout, Abdul Razak Al Hassan by knockout. Like, he's taken a lot of damage in his career. And could he tough it out? Could he have the experience and just the being the veteran of the UFC pull this one out? Like, anything's possible, but I think Jacobe Smith's going to come in there and put him out early in this one. I think Jacobe Smith can win this fight wherever it goes, get him to the ground, control there for a ground and pound win, stay safe from submissions, or just spark him on the feet. In the first or second round, he looked really good in his fight with Preston Parsons. I thought Preston Parsons would do a little bit better, maybe be able to defend the takedown, threaten with his jiu-jitsu if it did go to the ground, and he has really good boxing as well, but he, didn't last 2 minutes against Jacobe Smith, who got him out of there. He's got tons of knockout wins. I'm looking at it like several ground and pound wins to start his career, another knockout, 2 decisions out of his 10 wins. The rest are all by knockout on the ground or on the feet. So Jacobe Smith he's just too much more athletic, explosive, and powerful than Niko Price, who has shown to be chinny, has been very 50-50 as of late in his career, and only has 1 win in the last 4 years and hasn't fought since October. Jacobe Smith, he fought back in January, took that fight on short notice and still looked really good, knocking out somebody like Preston Parsons, who's very well-rounded and has much more UFC experience than him. So I'm going to go with Jacobe Smith. The odds are crazy, minus 1,400 in favor of Jacobe Smith. Just disrespectful to Niko Price. Dude's such a fun fighter. He's a fan favorite in my opinion, and just to feed him to this young up-and-comer is just disrespectful. It is what it is. Sometimes they feed these guys with decent names to these young up-and-comers to help build them up and get them some high-profile wins, but I think Jacobe Smith's got this one in the bag. I got him taking this one by knockout. Thanks.